In a music industry defined by digital revolutions, streaming booms, shifting cultural landscapes, and the rise of global fandoms whose power rivals that of traditional media, a single achievement can echo far beyond charts and numbers. Standing at the intersection of artistry, cultural transformation, and global social influence is BTS, the South Korean septet whose footprint continues to reshape what the modern music world looks like. As of this decade, BTS have secured their place as the sixth act with the most weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, a monumental record that reinforces their unmistakable standing in the history of popular music. Even more striking is that they are the only group within the top 10, standing among solo legends and dominating acts who have shaped contemporary sound. This unprecedented milestone does not merely represent chart-topping success. It symbolizes the culmination of years of dedication, innovation, and a fierce connection between BTS and their global fanbase, ARMY. Their presence in a list historically dominated by Western soloists marks a milestone that will be analyzed by critics, academics, and fans for decades to come. What follows is a deep, multi-layered exploration of this achievement, its context, its meaning, and the cultural force that surrounds it. Point 1. The milestone that resonates across the industry when Billboard published the updated ranking of acts with the most cumulative weeks at #1 on the Hot 100 during the 2020s. The news immediately sparked conversations across social media, entertainment outlets, and the music business behind the scenes. BTS charting as the sixth act with the most weeks at the top was remarkable enough, but their distinction as the only group in the entire top 10 list elevated the significance even further. For decades, groups, especially non-Western ones, have struggled to break through the US mainstream market, let alone dominate it consistently. BTS overcame not only the language barrier, but also long-standing industry biases, proving that music transcends borders, genres, and traditional promotional pathways. The group's weeks at #1 come from a series of blockbuster hits such as Dynamite, Butter, Permission to Dance, Life Goes On. Each single represented a different era and emotion, yet all of them shared one thing: a deep sense of authenticity that resonated with listeners worldwide. Point 2. The evolution of BTS on the Billboard Hot 100. To fully understand how BTS reached such historic heights, one must examine their evolving relationship with the US music industry. BTS's presence on Billboard charts dates back to the mid-2010s, but their domination of the Hot 100 truly accelerated in February 1st, 2020. The Dynamite Explosion Dynamite, released in August 2020, marked the group's first fully English single, a decision that would spark both praise and analysis. It debuted at #1 on the Hot 100, becoming the first track by an all-Korean act to reach the coveted position. But what was more important than the debut was the impact. The start of a new era where BTS became a consistent American chart-topping force. 2.2. Butter, the summer anthem that changed everything. Butter, released in May 2021, further pushed BTS into mainstream US dominance. The song held the #1 position for 10 non-consecutive weeks, making it one of the longest-running chart toppers of the decade. Industry experts pointed out how impressive it was that a non-Western act not only topped the charts, but maintained the position for such an extended period amid fierce American competition. 2.3. Life Goes On. Making history in Korean, perhaps the most groundbreaking moment came with Life Goes On, which debuted at #1 despite being sung primarily in Korean. This marked a historic turning point, a non-English song entering directly at the top of the US music chart, signaling a dramatic shift in how the American public consumes global music. 3. The historical significance of being the only group in the top 10, while several solo artists, many with decades-long careers, fill out the rest of Billboard's ranking for most cumulative weeks at #1 this decade. BTS stands out as the single group among them. This is a rare accomplishment in the modern era. The US music market has increasingly leaned towards solo acts, and group domination on charts has become less common. BTS's inclusion challenges this trend. Their ability to break into a predominantly soloist-dominated chart speaks to their synergy as a team, their strong musical identity, and the power of their fanbase. 3.1. A contrast with American groups of the past. Historically, US groups like the Beatles, the Supremes, Destiny's Child, and Boyz II Men dominated American charts in their respective eras. However, BTS's achievements differ in crucial ways. They sing in multiple languages, including Korean and English. They rose to fame through social media-driven grassroots fan growth. They succeeded without the traditional American promotional support that Western groups historically relied on. This context amplifies the significance of BTS being the only group present in the decade's top 10.4. The ARMY factor, a fandom that redefined global music culture. One cannot discuss BTS's rise without acknowledging the enormous impact of ARMY. Fans around the world played a vital role in boosting streams, organizing buying groups, raising awareness during release windows, and engaging in digital participation that revolutionized what it means to support an artist in the modern age. 4.1 A new fandom era. Historically, fan bases participated in concerts, radio requests, and magazine purchases. ARMY, however, ushered in a new era defined by nationwide streaming mobilization, global collaboration across time zones, fan-run promotional campaigns, donations, charity projects, and social impact movements. Trend-setting social media activism. These strategies contributed directly to BTS's chart longevity. 4.2 Embracing diversity across borders. ARMY is one of the most diverse fan communities in the world, spanning dozens of countries, religions, languages, and age groups. The fandom embody the global unity that BTS frequently expresses in their music. This cultural fusion allowed their success on Billboard to become more than just a musical milestone. It became a symbol of international connection. 5. The impact of streaming in BTS's chart dominance. Digital music consumption is one of the most powerful engines driving chart performance in the 2020s. BTS mastered the streaming era, combining traditional marketing with innovative digital strategies that expanded their reach far beyond Korea. 5.1 Breaking barriers in the digital race. The surge in BTS's streaming numbers over the past decade played an instrumental role in their Hot 100 ascensions. Massive streaming debuts, YouTube premieres, Spotify records, and fan-led streaming initiatives continuously placed BTS at the center of digital music conversations. 5.2 Adapting to platform algorithms. ARMY also became experts in platform practices, ensuring that streaming counts were optimized for chart calculations. This type of fan education had never been seen at such a scale before. 6. Reinventing the music industry's understanding of global. BTS's presence on a historically American chart caused widespread rethinking of the concept of a global act. No longer would U.S. mainstream success be limited to English-language performers. 6.1 Crossing the language barrier. The achievement of a Korean group dominating the Hot 100 was a major turning point. It prompted music executives to invest more heavily in international markets. English-speaking listeners to explore music outside Western genre. Streaming services to highlight global playlists. Awards shows to acknowledge international releases. BTS became the embodiment of a world becoming more interconnected through music. 7. The cultural influence that sustains their dominance. Behind the numbers lies the cultural impact that continues to shape emotion, identity, and social movement. BTS's music often incorporates philosophical elements, themes of self-love, social reflection, and emotional truthfulness, which resonate deeply with listeners. This emotional power helps sustain their relevance, resulting in not just temporary hits, but lasting fan loyalty. 7.1 Music as connection. From introspective tracks like Life Goes On to upbeat anthems like Permission to Dance, BTS create music that speaks to collective experiences. This allows their songs to become more than entertainment. They become cultural touchpoints. 8. What this achievement means for the future of groups in the global market. With BTS becoming the only group in the top 10 for the most cumulative weeks at number 1 this decade, other aspiring artists and groups now have a roadmap for global success.